Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you, I got it running. With the application of a couple of patches I found online, I finally got Birth of the Federation to run. So here we go, let's take a look at it. So Birth of the Federation is a turn-based 4X game where you pick one of a number of civilizations, empires, whatever, in order to take over the galaxy. And it plays a lot more similar to Civilization than it does than Stellaris, like Star Trek Infinite is. Obviously being turn-based helps with that. The researching is a little bit different. You don't pick what you're researching. There's 6 different fields and you just allocate which one you give priority to if you want to. I just leave it going, really. And also it seems much harder nowadays than it previously was. It also has the addition of the Ferengi being a playable faction in it, which is nice. So it's got one over Star Trek Infinite there. Yeah, it does seem a lot harder, because if I play it on like simple difficulty, medium map, I can't seem to produce as fast as everybody else can. I don't know what's going on. But in the game that I'm playing at the moment, I get steamrolled by the Klingon Empire because they keep making demands of me. I'm like, no, go away, you stupid, wrinkle-headed moppet. And they don't take kindly of that, declare war on me, invade my space, and I've like, I've built 3 destroyers, what are you doing, you fools? And they've got like 7 destroyers. I'm just like, or perhaps something a little bit less disco, but there you are. So yeah, it is difficult. More difficult than I remember it being, because before I used to steamroller everybody and just like have massive amounts of ship. I may have just lost the knack, or maybe one of the mods I had to install has changed some settings somewhere. It still is a good time though. Much like Star Trek Infinite, it's about expanding your borders. You do this by using star bases to expand your territory, and then you can colonize planets. It does have a planet listing down the bottom, which will show you the different planets, what class they are. Obviously M class is the Earth equivalent, so that's the one you're looking for most of the time, and what level of population each can sustain. As you go through, you'll build up stuff like mass replicas to increase your building capabilities. You'll produce farms to build your food, and as you unlock tech tiers, you'll get access to like different levels of those, like level 2, 3, 4, whatever, in order to make them more effective. You'll also gain access to new ships. One of the ones that is the most, I suppose you could equate it maybe to a worker sort of from Civilization, is the troop transport. That's the one that can build star bases. It can also invade planets. You can also just bombard planets and either completely dust it or just kill off enough of the population that you can send your troops in to do the mop-up work, which is usually the way to go if you're not wanting to send troop transport after troop transport trying to subdue an entire planet based of millions of people. So yes, genocide for the win, as per usual. But it does have everything you would expect. You can have diplomatic relations between not only the factions that you're playing against, but also minor factions. You can set what level of those there is, whether there's a lot or a few. So you'll have stuff like the Trill will be in there, various other factions like the Bajorans. So sort of like the minor races from the Star Wars universe, as well as some that just turn up for an episode, like the Temerians. You know, Shaka when the walls fell, that guy. God, I'm a nerd, sorry. But yeah, so that's cool. The combat itself is turn-based as well. You can pick various strategies for your fleet to adopt in their attack, and you can play a bit more defensive or just go for the gusto, really. Also the outposts, if you're fighting in a sector where there's an outpost, the outpost will get involved as well, which is nice to see. It's not so great when they start destroying your outpost, but it does provide a bit more firepower to back your ships up, except against overwhelming Klingon odds, the wrinkle-headed bastards. It's always
The Vulcan.
I don't know. It seems like the AI is really more aggressive than I remember, because the first game I played, I was getting on well with the Cardassians. I was like, hey, yeah, they're like, let's be friends. I'm like, yeah, all right, boys. Yeah, let's, we'll just sweep that war aside. Much love, excellent, cool. See some energy credits, keep it sweet, nice. And then a Klingon ship was destroyed, and we were blamed for it. And then all of a sudden, the Cardassians are allying with the Klingons to invade me. That's not suspicious. I'm sure the Cardassians did not do anything to provoke that situation whatsoever. But you do get like little... It's not as narrative as Star Trek Infinite, in that you get like the little storylines as you're investigating like anomalies and things like that. But you can sort of piece together your own story just from happenings like that. You can sort of like put it together in your brain, and that's I quite like. I quite like the way it goes about it. I mean, at the time, it didn't review especially well. I think it got about 7 out of 10 on average, and it was, it wasn't lauded as like the 4X King or anything like that. Certainly, this is back when it came out in 1999, 24 years ago. Yikes! That could be older than some people listening to this video.
An alien culture has been
No,
discovered.
I feel extremely old since I bought it when it came out. Oh God, my life's going past me at such a rate. But yes, now I'm able to play it. I am enjoying it a lot. I've really only played the Federation because, well, it's the Federation. I mean, the others are good to play as like a little side activity, but you want to be the Federation, the guy with the sources.
Diplomatic messages have been received.
But no, it is a great game. It's a good example for it. As I said, I don't remember it being this tough before, or it could just be that I'm terrible at it now, which is equally possible because I've not played it in probably over 10 years. So it is a definite blast from the past for me. And the ship-to-ship combat is a lot more cinematic because you get like swooping camera angles. The camera's not that great though, and you can't move it around. So it's kind of like, well, I want to select my ships, but I can't actually see them on occasion. Which isn't that great, but there you go. There is another strategy game that was brought in for Star Trek. I think it was New Worlds, I think, just off the top of my head. I never played that one though. It was just, I think it's more like Age of Empires, sort of, you had like Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. I think it was like the Star Trek version of that, which would have been interesting to see, but considering it's not that much sort of focus on ground vehicles for Star Trek, I think it would have been mostly sort of developer produced ideas rather than canon stuff, so I don't really know if I care to play it, to be honest with you. I mean, it might be good, but I'm not going to get out my way to find it, put it that way. Well, unless this does well and everybody wants me to, in which case, who am I? I'm a complete slag for views, so whatever. Anyway, guys, this has been me waffling on about Birth of the Federation. The patches actually weren't too difficult to find, and once I'd sort of got them installed, it worked well. It actually sort of increased the resolution of the game and cleared up a lot of the errors with it, which was nice. As I said, I did install off my disc, but I'm sure you can find other ways to get hold of it if you can. Or then, I don't know what the price is on eBay. Editing Lee. Hello, look up what it is on eBay and put it up here, see if it's expensive. Cheers. That Editing Lee. I really bone him, don't I? Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.
Understood. Torpedoes locked. Target
destroyed. The battle is over. We won.